Trying to decide if the Eufy S1 Pro breast pump is the right breast pump for you, then stick around, as in my Eufy S1 Pro breast pump review, I am going to walk you through the pros and cons to this wearable breast pump. Now let's dive in and get started. There is a lot to love about this breast pump, and to be honest, it is quite unique to what is available on the market. Now, there are some features which are similar, but it really does have a couple that stand out to me. And one of those is its HeatFlow technology. So what that means is in the back of your flange on the inside, it has a heated pad. Now, this heated pad has 7 different heat settings from 35 to 41 degrees Celsius, and these are designed to enhance your milk flow and prevent your any clogs from building. So I do love this feature. Now you can achieve this with a separate heated massager if you have a breast pump that doesn't have this feature. But I have to say, having this built in is really just a convenience plus feature. So it has the 7 different settings. These can be operated via your control panel on your pump or via the app. Now I'll talk about the app in a minute because that is a little bit of a game changer, but talking about the heat settings. So you can turn this off. If this is a feature that you don't like, you can simply hold it down and turn it off. You have the different settings to turn it up and higher or lower depending on what suits you. When it's on, you'll feel it around the top and sides. And it gets quite warm. As I say, it goes up to 41 degrees Celsius, but it actually feels quite nice, to be honest. Okay, so what else makes this Eufy pump fantastic and different from other pumps on the market is its rechargeable or charging case. So when you pop your pump into its charging case, it has this little magnetic clip and it will recharge your pump. So if you are on the go, this is amazing. It can last up to 5 days or recharge your pump for up to 5 days of use, depending on obviously your frequency. It is simply recharged via USB-C. So it's really fantastic if you are on the go or traveling. I really do find this a fantastic feature. And again, it's unique to what's currently on the market. You'll have some of the pumps with a carry case, but not a rechargeable carry case like this. It's also really quite slimline. So it can easily fit in your handbag without being really obvious. Again, I really love that. And it also has enough space to carry your spare, spare bits and bobs. So yeah, this for me is a win. If you don't want to have the carry case, this is the feature of the Pro. So it is an additional cost. It is about an extra $100. So that is something to be mindful. If you don't want the carry case, that's perfectly fine. It also comes with the USB charger. So again, you don't need to have it. It is just a fantastic feature if you choose. Okay, so let's just talk about some of the basics before I move into the app. So with this pump, it has an up to 300 millimeters of mercury suction strength. So again, it's a powerful wearable breast pump. On the pump itself, you have 2 different modes that you can toggle between. So you have your your stimulation, which is your shorter suctions for initiating letdown, and then you have your expression mode, which is your longer drawn out suctions for drawing out your breast milk and increasing with your flow. You can toggle between these on the pump itself. It also has 7 different suction settings or levels, strength that you can again go between, like with the heat setting. You'll see here there's a left and a right option. Now you don't need to have this if you are manually using your pump via the LED screen. However, these are relevant if you are using the app. Now, in terms of capacity, so it has a 5-ounce capacity. It's not overly large, and if you are somebody that is an overproducer, you may struggle with only having the 5-ounce capacity. That said, for most people, it will be adequate. In terms of the flange, now I did talk about the heating, which is obviously a unique standout point, but it also has, it's not a silicone, or it might be, it's got this really, really nice texture to your flange. It's not like your normal silicone flange, which is really flimsy. This is like a no stick, no friction flange and like material, and it feels amazing. I don't know how to describe it properly, but it feels amazing. And the other thing I'll really point out is the quality. With some of the silicone flanges, they feel flimsy. This is sturdy. This feels like this is going to last a very, very long time. It's not hard at all. It's quite soft, but it just feels thick and sturdy. Quality in the materials. Now the flange as well, it is 105 degrees, so it is designed to mimic the positioning of the baby's mouth and help with your milk flow and comfort. There's also minimal parts. If I were to pull this apart, sorry, it's a bit hard with just that in my hand. You only have the 5 parts, which are really minimal. Again, they feel quite sturdy. I'll leave that for now. I'll use this one. The flange as well, you have flange inserts, so it's your standard 24 millimeter, but you also have a 17, 19 and 21 millimeter flange that inserts that come with it. The one thing I will add though is the flange tunnel is quite short, so this probably won't work if you have elastic nipples. You're going to want something with a longer flange tunnel. In terms of noise, this is really quiet. It's around 46 decibels, and it is really quiet. You might hear it in a quiet room, but with a little bit of background noise, it's really quite discreet. I also love that the size of this, so it is really quite small. It's not the most lightweight pump, but in terms of size, it's actually really quite small. It's not quite the teardrop shape in terms of being more breast-like, but it's not bulky like some of the other pumps that you get, which again, I really like. As a big plus, this can also be sterilized in a steam sterilizer for cleaning. So they recommend boiling for 5 minutes. However, you can use a steam sterilizer, which is a big win because I know that there are a lot of pumps like the Mum Cozy range that don't recommend using a steam sterilizer. That said, it is not suitable for a microwave sterilizer. Okay, so that's the pump itself, but as I mentioned, it comes with an app. So it is a smart wearable pump, and that is where this also shines. So within the pump itself, so on these settings, I'm not blown away. You only have the 2 modes and the 7 suction levels. That's pretty standard for a wearable pump these days. But in the app, you have 4 different rhythms that you can choose from. So they have preset rhythms that are designed to help depending on which situation you are after. So they have a max rhythm, which is designed for max flow or output. So that uses a stimulation, then a longer expression, and then a stimulation, longer expression, and then a stimulation, and then a longer expression. You have your standard rhythm, which is your 2 minutes of stimulation followed by your expression mode. You have a gentle rhythm, which has your 2 minutes of stimulation, then 13 minutes of expression, and they run through that twice. Or you have your natural rhythm. Not really sure why it's called a natural rhythm, but they say it's to mimic a baby's natural sucking rhythm. I do really like this one as it allows for multiple letdowns, and it's most like a mixed mode that you'll generally see. So it's 5 minutes of stimulation, 5 minutes of expression, and then that runs through for 3 circulations. What else is amazing in the app is you have 3 different speed cycles that you can choose from, so a high, low, or a medium. Now that's really awesome as not everybody responds well to the low or the high. It just gives you that flexibility to find what works well for you. And the other thing that I really love in the app is that you can preset your timer. So if you are somebody that responds well and only needs a quick pumping session, you can set your pump timer to turn off after 15 minutes. If you need the longer session, you can turn it off after 30 minutes. So it allows you to pretty much set and forget, which I really, really like. There is no timer on your actual screen here. So that's, again, a little bit of a downside if you're not wanting to use the app. But really, if you are looking to purchase the Eufy S1 Pro breast pump, you are going to want to use it with the app. It adds to the discretion, gives you a ton more functionality. Ideally you can turn it on and off. So from the app, you can track all your milk. It is what you are going to want to use this pump with. Now, I will go into more detail in another video on how to use the app. But for now, just know it's there, it's great, and it's very functional. Hopefully this answers all your questions. If you do have any though, please feel free to ask. Have to say, I am very excited about this pump, more than I thought I would be. I really love the heated element just for helping with the milk flow and helping to reduce any blockages or milk clogs. Really love the charging case that it comes with, especially that it's slimline profile. So easy to use. Also helps to protect your pumps, give it that little bit longer life. Overall, yeah, I really, really like this pump. As I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Cheers.